Hello students, in this short video we will see the next part of an appreciation the poem Golden Chain. In very first part we already discussed about the points, the title of the poem, the poet of the poem, stanzas given in the poem, lines given in each stanza and rhyme scheme also. In this part, we will see or discuss about the figures of speech used in this poem and the theme of the poem. So, let's start with the figures of speech used in this poem. विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, कविता छान तालात आणि सुरात गाता यावी यासाठी कवितेत रायमिंग वर्ड्स म्हणजे यमक जुळणारे शब्द वापरले जातात. कमीत कमी शब्दात महत्त्वाचा संदेश देण्यासाठी आणि कवितेचं सौंदर्य खुलवण्यासाठी कवी कवितेत अलंकाराचा म्हणजेच फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीचचा वापर करतो. नाउ वी सी विच फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच यूज्ड इन दिस पोएम. द गोल्डन चेन. First figure of speech used in the poem Golden Chain is metaphor. You can see the definition of the metaphor on the screen and examples also. When we see the figures of speech metaphor, we can say it is related to the comparison between two unlike things or ideas. For example, that is given on the screen. Life is a drama. In this example, life is compared to the drama. The second example is life is a race. In this example, life is compared to the race. Now we see the next figures of speech used in this poem, that is simile. See the definition of the simile. It is also related to comparison. But in these figures of speech, poet uses the word like, as for the comparison. See the examples. Soldiers are as brave as lion. Here, the soldiers are compared to the lion. The more examples given in the slide, you can read it. Friends, one thing should we remember for the comparison. In Marathi we can say तुलना करण्यासाठी सिमिली आणि मेटाफर या दोन अलंकाराचा वापर केला जातो. फक्त एवढंच लक्षात ठेवूया की मेटाफरमध्ये डायरेक्ट तुलना असते ज्यामध्ये ॲज, लाईक यासारखे शब्द नसतात, तर सिमिलीमध्ये तुलना करण्यासाठी ॲज आणि लाईक यासारखे शब्द वापरलेले असतात. For getting clear idea, we will see the chart. Observe the slide. Chart given in the slide. See the metaphor. Metaphor has implied comparison, whereas simile is a direct comparison. In metaphor, does not use any specific words to make comparison, whereas in simile, like or as, these types of word used to make comparison. Example of metaphor is she is flower. Example of the simile is she looks like flower. I hope you will get clear idea about simile and metaphor as a figure of speech. Next one, figure of speech used in this poem is alliteration. See the definition of alliteration. The repetition of the same sound or letter at the beginning of the word is called alliteration. You can see the examples of alliteration on the screen. That is, Betty bought a bit of butter, but the butter was very bitter. In this example, the bold letter B and the sound B is repeated. फ्रेंड्स, ॲलिट्रेशन म्हणजे एक सारख्या ध्वनीची पुनरावृत्ती होते. जसं की मराठीचं उदाहरण बघूया. काकाने काकूच्या काळ्या कोटातील कागद कैचीने करा कापला. या उदाहरणामध्ये क या ध्वनीची पुनरावृत्ती झाली आहे. होप यू विल अंडरस्टँड दिस फिगर ऑफ स्पीच. नेक्स्ट फिगर ऑफ स्पीच इज antithesis. antithesis when opposite ideas placed side by side in the example. It is called alliteration. For example, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. In this example, opposite ideas, two opposite words, best and worst, as given in the same line for the poetic effect. You can read more examples on the slide. सोप्या भाषेत सांगायचं तर अँटिथिसिस म्हणजे विरोधाभास अलंकार. इथे दोन विरुद्धार्थी शब्द एकाच ओळीत आलेले असतात. नाउ वी टर्न टुवर्ड्स द पोएम टू फाइंड आउट फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच in the poem. See the very first line of the poem. That is, friendship is a golden chain. In this line, friendship is directly compared to golden chain, so it is a metaphor. Correct. See the third line of the same stanza. See the yellow line. And a like, a rare, a precious jewel. Again, I repeat the same line. And like a rare and precious jewel. In this line, friendship is directly compared to the precious jewel is a simile. Now, see the second line of the third stanza. For as long as memory lives. See the word long, lives. L letter and L sound is repeated, so it is a alliteration. Next figure of speech used in this poem, that is antithesis. See the second line of the fourth stanza. That can't be sold or bought. I repeat it. That can't be bought or sold. Two opposite words, sold and bought, has placed side by side in the same line. So it is antithesis. I hope you all understand these figures of speech. So we will write in this poem, figure of speech are used: metaphor, simile, alliteration and antithesis. Last point of the appreciation is theme of the poem or central idea of the poem. Think about the message given by the poet or the poetess that we already discussed in the first lecture. Thinking about overall theme of the poem, we can write the importance of friendship in one's life is the central idea or the theme of the poem. So friends, you will write all answer like this. Title of the poem is Golden Chain. Next, the poet of the poem is Helen Steiner Rice. The poem has 5 stanzas and each stanza has 4 lines. Rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, C, D. Sorry, the rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, C, B. Figures of speech is used in this poem: simile, metaphor, alliteration and antithesis. The theme of the poem is the importance of true friendship in one's life. Friends, I am sure you definitely understand how to write an appreciation of the given poem. I hope you will read many poems and try to write appreciation of those poems. Thank you.